So you warned bands and band leaders to be very thoughtful and cautious in the way they structure their band and everyone's role. Why is that?
Yeah. So there's a I did this with my first company. It's an easy thing to get into where you go, hey, I'm going to start a company, which your band is your company, right? And I'm going to, I don't have any money, but I'm going to find a group of people that just want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Right. And people ask me all the time, like, I don't know if I can form a band. Like, I can't pay anybody. I don't know if anybody's going to want to do it, all that kind of stuff. And I felt the same way. What I've come to find over time is it's the challenge is not finding people that want to be a part of your thing. Everybody wants to be a part of something. The challenge is keeping turkeys out of your house, not trying to get eagles in, right? I mean, everybody wants to be a part of something. And so it's far more likely you're going to find some people that want to do your thing with you. So anyways, you go, okay, well, because I can't pay them, we're going to do this as a team. We're going to do this as a family. We're all going to do it together, right? We're going to form our band and everybody's got an equal stake in it. And then we're going to go, we're going to hold on to each other through the whole thing. Now, if you wrote the songs and you did, this whole, and there's ever a debate or a problem, I mean, God forbid, you got to kick somebody out of this band, right? Well, if you went in on it together, and then all of a sudden you put out a record, and you said, okay, everybody in the band put in $500. We're going to put out this record, and then a few months down the line, the keyboard player does something that you just can't live with. They've done something personal. They've done this. They've done that. They've hurt the music, whatever it is. And I'm sorry, you're going to have to step out of the band. What do you mean I'm going to step out of the band? I put in my money in this record. This record and this band is just as much mine as it is yours. We've been doing this together. Well, no, I mean, it's my band, and I wrote the songs, and I did and now you end up in a legal thing and all this kind of stuff. So the deal is, and you can argue this till we're all blue in the face, general rule is that the person that owns the songs is the person that did the chord progression. Okay? So everything else is just flavor.
Yeah.
Right? So somebody wrote the songs, they put it all together, and then they bring in that keyboard player. The keyboard player is now adding flavor. They're adding sauce to the mix, but they don't own the song. They may think they do, but they don't own it.
Yeah.
And so now they've given money, they've given time, and the keyboard players who you're trying to kick it, but I'm just not much on the keyboard player's side as the person that wrote it. If they don't have equity, if they don't have stake, then they shouldn't put that money in, right? Well, that's the only way I can put out the record. Okay, but don't have your people put in a bunch of money or put in this or put in that thinking that that they're just going to rise with you, if there's a possibility that they won't. And in any group of people, you might have somebody that's not going to be with you till the end.
Yeah.
Right? So you need to have, and it's a tough conversation to have, but I think people need to be having conversations where they say, okay, here's how this is structured. Let's set up a contract. Right? It doesn't have to be all legalese or anything like that, but let's just put on paper, on purpose, here's how our band functions. Okay? I'm the band leader. I have the equity in it. Therefore, I'm the one who's getting a return on this investment, right? A lot of these great bands, and here's where you're like, man, they stayed together forever, and all of them got a payout. Well, that was because the band leader just wanted to do it that way. He didn't have to, right? And the band needs to know that going in, where they go, okay, well, if I put in some money, what am I, it's okay if I'm not getting anything, because part of what I'm getting is an experience. I might get to tour. I might get to be on that record. Like, that means something to me. You just need to have those conversations ahead of time, because I've seen so many bands just get torn apart and people get torn up, and they go, well, we never, we always did this as a family. We were always buddies. We always did this together. And then over time, well, maybe something breaks down.
Yeah.
And now everybody's going, well, wait, what happens when that happens? And I think you need to address that in the beginning and say, okay, well, let's do this. And, and a lot of people go, well, if I can't give them that, maybe they're not willing to do it for free. They may be willing to do it for free just because they want to be a part of it. Or you may say, okay, if I ever get picked up and this gets a label, you're going to get I don't know, 10%, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You need to have exit strategies. You need to have it clearly defined out. You need to do it right up front in the beginning, because otherwise it's going to just tear everything apart, especially that leader. If and then if the bass player or the keyboard player or the drummer or the whatever comes back and says, okay, if I don't own this thing, I need $50 every time I play. It's far better to have that conversation then than to wait until there's some real drama on the table and we go, whoa, now we got a real issue.
Yeah, for sure.